Right, Caesar?
For the Record now continues.
Welcome back. Illinois Governor Bruce Rauner signed the red flag bill into law on the 16th. Under the new law, police and family members can take guns away from those judged in court to be a threat. Family members can confiscate guns from someone deemed as an immediate danger to themselves or others, and guns can be removed from someone showing signs of threatening or dangerous behavior. Similar initiatives have passed in other states in the wake of the Parkland, Florida shooting and other mass shootings across the country. What do you think about this new red flag law?
Well, I think it's something that certainly is welcome. Again, as law enforcement throughout the country, you know, we're always dealing with how we're able to get people that are suspected as planning a crime or being dangerous with a firearm and getting access to those firearms and getting them away from them. So this law certainly helps us in those instances.
But I mean, so this is something that's a little bit different. I guess my question is, does it seem like it's going to be feasible, knowing that a family member can kind of take that initiative? Could there be some changes, I guess, as you go and kind of figuring this out?
This law is brand new. It literally was signed into law a couple days ago. Certainly there's going to be some bumps along the road as they get it worked out, but I think it's all in all, it's meant to do a good thing. Again, those family members or law enforcement that see signs of someone that possesses firearms, that perhaps there's heavy drug use, perhaps there's suspected mental illness, violence, or threats of violence, they're able to go into court, go in front of a judge and make that case. The judge at that time, if they feel necessary, will issue an order where the police are compelled to go to that residence or that person, find those firearms, find their firearms owner identification card or concealed carry if they have one, and confiscate them. What the law also does is it allows another family member that is able to own firearms, it allows them to take possession of those firearms if they so choose. If not, then law enforcement will take them.
And that's not the only thing that kind of came out this week as well. The governor also went on to extend that 72-hour wait period to cover not just handguns, but to cover all firearms.
Yeah, absolutely. So. Yeah, you know, again, the law previous to this was for just handguns, shotguns, I think it was 24 hours. Rifles may have been 72, but this made it across the board for all the gun sellers that it's a 72-hour waiting period from the time that you finalize that sale. So it's not just 3 days, it's actually 72 hours. It's very distinct.
And, you know, from your experience, do you think that 72-hour wait period has made a difference so far?
Well, again, this law is brand new. Again, for handguns, it's been that way. Some states call it the cooling off period law. I don't see it as a bad thing. I know there may be some gun advocates that would be against it, but you know, all in all, I think it's just another attempt to keep our community safe in those instances where somebody plans to do harm with them.
And just a quick follow-up, so that's one of the things, you know, the governor's being praised for his initiatives to try to curb the gun violence, but there are some people that are concerned about taking a gun away from somebody and kind of stripping them of those gun rights. I guess kind of where do you stand on that?
Well, it does not strip them of it. It certainly allows them within 7 days of the judge issuing that order to come into court and start to make, to see if that's something that needs to be kept on the books. Then the judge will make that determination that if you know, the court order was issued in error, then they're able to get all their guns back. If not, then it stays in effect for 6 months. Again, what it also does is it allows law enforcement to go in and get those weapons, where before, if it's just weapons are taken during an order of protection, you don't, unless you have a search warrant, you can't go in to get them. This actually creates that search warrant for that. And the law also builds in perjury. So if a family member or somebody goes in and lies to the judge, they are committing a crime at that point.
Thank you very much, Sheriff Bustos.
Great.
And that brings us to our question of the week. What do you think about the red flag gun law in Illinois? You can send your answer by email to fortherecord@whbf.com or respond to this post on Facebook at Local 4 News WHBF TV page. Thank you, Sheriff Bustos, so much for your time this morning. We really appreciate it. Coming up, the president has proposed tariffs on cars across the globe, what it could mean for car buyers right here at home. Our discussion continues with our panel next on For the Record.
Come on, we're going for a ride.
A 7-day adventure.
You can't